Tánaiste, very serious allegations have been made against a member of the Oireachtas and that they're being used as an intelligence asset by the Russian government. That any Oireachtas member elected to represent the interests of the Irish people would allow themselves to be manipulated to work in the interests of a foreign government is scandalous. It's actually treacherous. Ireland is a member of the EU. We have a common travel area with Britain. We're the location for a high concentration of tech companies. We have underwater transatlantic cables off the coast, above which 2 Russian ships parked recently. In 2021, we were hit with a cyber attack that cost €100 million that could top out at €650 million. And we have a defence force which is weakening in numbers by the year. Yesterday, the Seanad discussed the issue. Members of the Seanad sniggered like giddy children. It looks like an episode of Killing a Scully, to be honest. Tánaiste, is this a laughing matter in reality? You're the Minister for the Defence. You receive national security briefings. You know who the individual is. What are you going to do to ensure that this person is held to account?
First of all, I don't know who the individual is. Yes, just let me finish now. I'm going to make an important point here and statement here. When I was Taoiseach, when the dates concerning this alleged individual allegedly was, I received security briefings, but I was never told and never briefed that there was a spy in the Oireachtas, which to all intents and purposes is what the article in the Sunday Times asserts. I'm actually very surprised at the degree to which everybody herd-like have just grabbed on the story and said, this is it, who is the person? I'm absolutely amazed. There's a more fundamental question to be asked, which I'm going to ask as Minister of Defence, because as Minister of Defence I've never received a security briefing saying there's a spy in the Oireachtas. There may be, there may not be, but I've never been briefed. There's an issue of accountability in terms of our intelligence services, because if this is true, then someone gave that information out. And I don't think that's acceptable, actually. I don't. And I think there's a broader issue that future governments and the Oireachtas at large need to be very clear-eyed about the need in a democracy that intelligence services have an accountability chain and are accountable. I would argue, and there is a national security strategy being developed, I would argue we lack that at the moment. I'm not comfortable with the situation pertaining to intelligence. It's very important that we have intelligence. It's very important in terms of the external dimension, and our defence forces do a very good job, actually, and a very necessary job for the protection of the country. I have concerns about how all of this has emerged into the public arena, real concerns about it, Deputy, and I'm somewhat surprised that politically it's all been in one direction and not in the other.